Hey, what's up, guys? I wanted to do a uh, quick video here on truck caps for uh, 2015 to 2020 F-150s, and this is going to be for really specifically 6.5 foot bed. That's all I've ever had, so that's what I know about. But I've had three of these trucks and had a few different caps on them, and I've spent fair amount of time looking online about trying to figure out what caps will fit, different from different trucks, what caps will fit. And I've just had kind of a hard time finding a lot of information. I mean, there's a few forums out there, but they're yeah. So anyway, I just picked up a cap yesterday, and this one here is from a, let's see, this is from a 2015 Ram 1500, which would also be, so it's like the previous generation Ram, so it would be like the Ram Classic. I think they still make it now. And I was actually surprised at kind of how well this does fit the truck. It fits it nearly perfectly here in the back. I mean, the corners here line up. I mean, this one's chipped a little, so maybe it wouldn't have lined up if it wasn't chipped like that. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, this is pretty darn close here. Again, it's a little bit chipped, but if you had to shave a little bit off there, it's not a very big deal. So yeah, this is a Lear cap, and my gate opens no problem. So it's going to require a little bit of modification, but it's not too big of a deal. So what we've got going on here is, as you can see, it sits pretty good in the back here, and then it's sitting up kind of high and sitting up a little bit above the cab. So jump inside. You can see I just temporarily put these C-clamps on to take it home. What's going on is there's a lip here, it has this lip that's supposed to retain it, basically, so it can't slide off. So what's going to happen is I will have to cut, probably from here forward. I'm going to have to take that lip off. And I'm not incredibly worried about it. I think if it's clamped down good, it's going to be fine. I mean, will it affect the structural integrity? I don't know, maybe. I'll find out. Worst case scenario, if I had to glass, add some glass back in, not that big of a deal, really. So, that's a possibility. The other problem with this cap is that it's a little short in the front. So, we're like 1.5 to 2 inches off here in the front, but I'm just going to make a piece out of wood to fill that gap. And so, hear me out. Like, yeah, it's not the cap that fits the truck. I get it. It would have been a lot better to just find one for an F-150, but I don't know if it's just my area or what, but I can't find caps for this truck. And when they do pop up on, Marketplace, whatever, they're just gone, like, immediately. So, yeah, I don't know. For whatever reason, this one, I don't know. It's hard to find the 6.5 foot bed for this generation F-150. I don't know if people are just hanging on to them or what. You'd think it's a real popular truck. It'd be easy to find the cap for it. But anyway, so basically, yeah, you can make other caps work. This fits pretty well. Considering it's not for this truck, I mean, it's lined up here on the side pretty well. I think once I cut that, it's gonna drop down and be pretty darn close, and here's the other thing. This cap here was $350. Okay, when I've seen the F-150 caps, you know, people are asking at least $1,000 for them, which I would have paid if I had found one. You know, and it didn't disappear right away. But then, you know, it's like 1,500, 2,000 for a used one. So I think that's crazy for an old pickup cap. Like, I don't know. I just, $350 is what I'm kind of willing to pay for a beat up old truck cap, you know? So I think this will work well for me for now anyway. I mean, certainly if I found the right one in the right color, yeah, I'd jump on that. But so I'm going to go ahead and make the modifications here to make this one work. And we'll see what that looks like. And then the other thing is what other caps might work for this. So the previous generation F-150, I can't remember the exact year range for it, but if we're looking at the generation prior to 2015 is what I'm talking about, that cap will work. I'll put a picture up. I had that on previous F-150 that I had, and it worked, but it doesn't look right. There's some, you can see there's like a, I don't know, a kind of a thin contoured piece that sticks out in the front between the cap and the cab, and it looks stupid, and the angle of the cab and cap is wrong. Frankly, I mean, this one fits a lot better than that. The angle is quite good, and I think once it drops down, you know, it's gonna be better. It's too bad it's not a little bit closer to the cab, but it's not too bad. And then the other cap I've had that fit was it was a Chevy or GMC 1500 6.5 foot, and that would be 2015 to whatever. I'll figure out what it is, and I'll put a picture up and put the year range that it is that will fit this generation F-150. That one fit fairly well. In the back, it was a little bit wider than the F-150. So something, you know, I mean, it didn't fit as well as this one. You know, I mean, this lines up really pretty damn close. You would have to, I believe this sticks out a little bit in the Chevy or GMC 1500. It sticks out. You'd have to cut this out, but it would work, you know, to make the tailgate open and close, but it would work. In the contour for the cab and cap is spot on like that. It's 100%. It's kind of crazy, but it's the same contour. And what I'm talking about is the angle of the cap to the cab. It's like exactly the same. So a little bit wider in the back. Contour of the front is spot on though. So, and what I'm talking about in the wider is it's gonna stick out here just a little bit in the back. So not really a big deal. That one probably fits the best. If I had found one in that, for that truck in that color, you know, I'd found one that was white for $500 and almost did it and just had it painted, but it's not. I really want to have a cap that's not quite right painted. You know, I'd just rather hold out and find the right one, which I may still do, but for now, this is pretty awesome. So, anyway, I'm rambling on, but yeah, those are some of the caps that I've tried. You know, I couldn't find a whole lot of information on it online, so you know, I've had 3 different ones, and they'll all work. And it's just different degrees of what part are you willing to look at that isn't quite right, I guess. So, anyway, I'm gonna get chopping on this one, and we'll see how it fits once I cut it away. And maybe the whole thing will collapse and fall apart, and I'll tell you about that. So, here we go. All right. So, I think I'm gonna throw some painter's tape on here. Oh, I gotta take these clamps off. All right. Well. So I guess I think this will pop in right about here. So I think I'm going to cut everything in front of here up to this corner. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to throw some painter's tape on. Just because this stuff's some chunky fiberglass and it's going to make a mess, I'm guessing here. So this might help make it less of a splintery mess. I don't know. We'll see. Might just cause me problems. I don't know. I'll just tape up one side for now, just in case it doesn't help me at all. I guess I'm gonna have to take these clamps off. So what I want to do is put it on a board to lift it up off the bed here, so I'm not cutting my bed sides. Yeah, so let me grab a 1/2 inch and take those off. Actually, I think I have one right here. Yep. You know what? Yeah, that's all right. Oh, I was gonna grab the battery-powered ratchet, but I think there's just a few threads in here anyway, so. Okay. Let's see, I'll pop these open. I'll get some airflow. Or how do these even open? Let's see. Okay, pull up on this. Cool. I thought it was kind of cool. It has these, it's probably for like dogs or back here is what I'm guessing. So they don't mess up the screen, but it's kind of a little bit of a security thing too. I mean, I think it's just plastic. I thought it was metal. But either way, I mean, you can't just smash your hand through the screen. Well, that's kind of cool. I don't know that I'd leave this open unattended with anything valuable back here, but I don't know. Maybe if it was just open a crack, I don't know. Probably wouldn't, but it's kind of cool that it has that anyway. At least it's a visual deterrent, I suppose. Let's see, so I'll just pop up the front of this here. Okay, so I'm going to use is the death wheel with got this multi-material blade. We'll see how that works. I think that'll chew it up pretty good. Probably rip right through my hand too. And of course I've got all the PPE on because this is fiberglass, so Let's see. Let's put the blade on before we plug it in, maybe. At least make some effort. Which way does this matter? Which way it spins? I don't think so. Let's see. Might matter which way it goes on, though. Yep, okay. Let's be that way. Yep, nice. I'm not sure how I feel about this new Bosch X-Lock stuff. I think Makita has it too. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's pretty cool, but, you know, it makes it so you have to buy their discs. I didn't even realize it when I bought this. I just wanted a variable speed angle grinder. So I didn't realize it had this new system, but it's pretty sweet. You can change the blades out real fast. And I mean, it's a nice tool anyway, but all right. Put some ear protection in here and get some gloves on, and I guess I'll draw a line out. Nice to have a line when you're doing this. Hacking away at something here. Okay, so I think we're gonna start like, probably take, you know, like that. I mean, we're basically just taking this ridge out, so. And I might be able to leave some of this. Maybe. Be kind of nice to have a little bit. Actually, I don't think I'm going to be able to leave this at all, so we'll just take it out. So, yeah. Do that. Now we're gonna have to come up into this. And is this gonna totally screw up the integrity of the cap, as I was saying earlier? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it will. I have no idea. You know, I'm chopping out part of this. You know, it is probably somewhat structural. I don't know. We'll see. And you know, if it does, then I mean, frankly, if I ruin this thing, it was $350. It's not a huge deal, but on the other hand, you know, it is fiberglass and it can be repaired or modified. I mean, it's not that crazy to work with fiberglass. So, all right, stick some ear protection in and start hacking this up. Let's see. Yeah. All right. I think I'll make this cut first. A little bit hard to see with all the dust in here. Maybe I should grab a fan. I don't know. Oh, no kidding. There's metal in there. I did not know that. Okay. Huh. I didn't expect that. Okay, there's some steel inside for this clamp point here. I had no idea. Okay, well, I think we can leave that. I'll just try to cut around it. Right there. Interesting. I'll clean that up. Having a little bit of a hard time getting, it's kind of tight in here with the tool. So here it is, fully installed. One thing I didn't mention is there was a bit of a gap in here, and I just took a piece of flashing and stuck it in and kind of made a mess, but I put some zip tape on there, seal that up. It's a pretty small gap, but you know, it's enough to let some water in, so we'll see how that does. And the other thing is I do need to get a better seal. You know, extend this down a little, find a piece of rubber to stick in there, but otherwise yeah, there it is. So not bad. This cap was from a 2013 Ram 1500, I believe. So there it is. All right, so what I'm working on now is just need to get the third brake light wired up here, and what needs to happen with that, at least on this, is 2016 F150 with the Lariat package, and it does have the blind spot monitoring in the taillights. Not sure if that makes a difference, but anyway, that's what we got. So just trying to find the wire here. So what we've got, if you you have to pull, you know, this little plate here, and then this one pops out after you pull that. You have to pull the seal back a little bit too. So it's this harness in here, yeah, right in there. Purple and white wire on the lighter gray harness is what I found. And the way I did that is just put the hot lead on the wire, and then the ohm meter here set to voltage DC, and just put your you know, hold your lead to something steel. It's kind of hard to find grounds actually on these. I just put it on this bolt up here. So if you do that and you press the brake pedal, you know, I can't really do it with one hand, but you know, you'll get 12 volts here. So you just, you know, put your hot lead there, ground out negative, press the brake, you'll get 12. So that's what we found. So purple and white in this harness here. So we'll tap that and then just run a wire back, and we'll find a ground back there rather than running it all the way up here. So we'll work on that now. And I'm also going to put a 12 volt, just a hot back there. So I have just a 12 volt plug, and there's also a light. I want constant power. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I have a red flashing light that goes in the back. I'm a volunteer firefighter, so I need a power supply for that back there. And also it's just nice to have this, you know, a lot of trucks have that in the back now, but this one did not, so it'd be good to have that back there. So I'll wire that at the same time, because I have to run, you know, unfortunately I don't understand why they don't put a harness for the third brake light. It's such a common thing to do, to put these cap, you know, toppers on, and you got to have the third brake light. So I don't know why they don't do that, but anyway, so yeah, we'll get that run. I'm not going to record crawling around under the truck, but basically we're just running those wires all the way back, probably along the frame, and I'll see if I have some of that, you know, plastic wrap to go around the wire, so it's a little bit protected. So yeah, I'll run that, and then I'll probably just shoot a quick video of you know, what it looks like. Don't need to be fumbling around under the truck with the camera, so we'll get that done. So what I ended up doing, I spliced on this side of the harness. There's a little bit of extra wire, and I don't really like these connectors, but I used one of those. So this blue wire is what's going to run back, and I used the grommet for the parking brake, and so I just poked a little hole and ran a fish tape through there, and so that comes out underneath. And so I lost my flashlight. Okay, well, I think you can see anyway, but yeah, it'll come out right next to parking brake, and then here's my wire, and I'll run it down, you know, along next to something in here, you know, probably along this harness or something like that. But yeah, that's what I ended up doing, and it worked pretty well. And I did test to make sure that I've got power when I hit the brake, so I do. So yeah, we'll run it along. So I realized I didn't quite finish recording this, so different day here. And I actually don't have the cap on right now. Took it off because I needed to have some bigger stuff back there. But what we ended up with is this black wire, or this plastic surround has the wires in it. You know, that runs all the way along there, zip tied up, and comes up over the rear wheel here. And there's a hole right up in there. And what I used was a trailer harness, and so the cap has the other end on it, and that's for my light in there, and also so I have excuse me, it's for the third brake light, and there's an auxiliary light, and then this is power for, I have a 12-volt plug. Let me run over to the cap and show you what that looks like on the cap itself. Okay, so over at the cap, we're at the back here, have just a 12 volts, you know, cigarette lighter style, and then I have the other side of the trailer harness, and so that's my wires for the third brake light, and up there's an auxiliary light. So yeah, so that ended up working out fairly well, and that pretty much wraps up the cap here. So thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. I hope this helps some people out. I know I had a lot of questions about it, and you know, I couldn't really find the information, like I said. So there it is. For hopefully that's helpful to some of you folks. So thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to have a lot of stuff like this. Not really like how to, but just what I'm doing, and you know, maybe it'll help you, maybe it won't. I don't know. Maybe it's entertaining. But anyway, thank you and take care.